Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Wrestling Babble. Now, we are in the midst of Wrestlemania week, and as a wrestling fan, all over the world, from country to country,
they put their hands in their pockets.
Yes, they do. You get excited this week. It's like the run up to Christmas, or Hanukkah, or Kwanzaa, or one of them other religious holiday things.
A tip-top tet.
Yeah, all them like Krusty the Clown mentioned.
And a solemn, dignified Ramadan.
Yes, exactly. You get excited because you think, oh, it's WrestleMania. It's basically like, like the Super Bowl or the World Cup final.
Yeah.
On all that sort of thing.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. So this week we're going to, as we always do, we put out a couple of videos a week. This week is going to be focused on our WrestleMania memories, thoughts about how the company's going to go on after this year's event, potential things that could happen. But we're going to kick it off with a little bit of a memory. The first WrestleMania that we ever watched. Now, collectively, we've been watching wrestling for a very, very long time now.
Off and on.
I think the first time we ever saw wrestling on TV was probably around about 1991. Now, wrestling just seemed to have come from nowhere, especially in the UK. You think in them days there was no, we're old as shit, so there was no internet and nothing like that. So this WWF American Wrestling just sort of popped up out of nowhere, and then you could buy the figures and the wrestling rings and the belts and all that sort of thing. And then it was like, oh, it's on the telly. Oh, and it was just one of those things you knew straight away, oh, I like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
You'd never seen the dude wrestle. You didn't know anything about him. You just saw his picture and said, yeah,
I like him.
He's a goodie. I like him. I don't like the baddies. I like him.
He's bright and colourful.
Yeah, exactly. So the first actual WWE, or WWF at the time, pay-per-view we watched was the 1992 Royal Rumble.
Yes.
In my opinion, probably the greatest Royal Rumble of all time.
Definitely.
Yes.
Because with a tear in my eye, this is the greatest moment of my life.
That's being Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, you're just being Mr. Perfect.
Yes.
You're my Mr. Perfect to my Ric Flair.
You shall to me shit ponytail.
Aye.
But
we didn't say we told you so.
But we
told you so.
WrestleMania 8, live from the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis, Indiana, Sunday, April 5th, 1992.
I know.
92.
What a year.
It's like, what, 25 years ago?
What a year.
What a year.
What a
year. The year that we got our first, last and only Big Four pay-per-view in Great Britain.
Yep.
SummerSlam. With over 80,000 fans at
Wembley
Stadium in London, England.
With Bret Hart and British Bulldog main eventing it for the IC title.
British Bulldog was absolutely off his tits smoking crack with Hart from Legion of Doom.
But that's another conversation for another day. WrestleMania 8!
WrestleMania 8. Billed as Hulk Hogan's last match.
Farewell match.
Which actually, there was all that talk that it was his last match because he was going to WCW and all that crap. But actually, this is a bit of insider info for you, for all you dirt sheet fans out there.
Oh, dirt sheets.
He never left. It was a hiatus because the second steroid scandal was about to kick off.
Of course,
So he, obviously, old Roydie Hogan,
Roydie Magoo,
the hair of the Chinaman, skin of a hot dog, Hulk Hogan, he buggered off just to sort of fan the flames, as it were.
Yeah, to cool the flames.
But double main event, which in most circles means no main event. You had Hulk Hogan against
Sid Justice.
One of the most underrated heels of all time, in my opinion. You
see so many wrestlers these days taking cues from him.
The sort of quiet and the shout.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe does it now and again.
Bray Wyatt does it now and again.
Yeah, the sort of the quiet, and then they just shout one word, and then they go on and they want a cup of tea with their breakfast, and it's just like that, really. It's great. I probably peaked like hell on the microphone, but hey ho, it's wrestling, damn it.
Yes.
The double main event, that sandwiched in with one of the best storylines of all time.
Yes.
Macho Man Randy Savage against Ric Flair for the World Heavyweight title.
Yes.
And there was the whole thing of Ric Flair said he'd been with Miss Elizabeth before.
Yeah, and he had the centerfold.
All them photos were coming out.
It was amazing.
1992 Photoshop. Take a boo. Take a boo, son.
Yes.
Oh,
it was amazing, all that stuff. Because I've got notes in front of me, because when I was watching I was making notes while I was doing it. I just wrote that Flair and Perfect's promo is just amazing. It's a prime example of how good they were. And like you say, the fact that they were threatening to show a nude photo of Elizabeth in 1992.
Yeah.
Like these days, we're like, oh, whatever. But
Yeah.
back then, it was scandal.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was all that that's a SummerSlam conversation. We'll talk about that in the summer. Yeah. But yeah, what a cool event, and it just looked huge. It was, if this was one of the first times you'd ever watched a wrestling pay-per-view, you saw that crowd, you were like, wow.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest crowd I've ever
That's
seen.
probably what drew us in, to be honest.
Yeah.
Is when we saw that, we were like, wow, that's a big crowd. I want to be in that, and we still want to be in that.
I mean, you've only got to look at the matches. I mean, they had a pre-show, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
They had a pre-show. You know, the Bushwhackers against the Beverly Brothers. And the Bushwhackers won.
Well, they always do.
I mean, you look at this. I mean, this was Michaels in his first sort of solo heel run against Tito Santana.
Opening the show.
Yeah.
And then to follow up next year to open the show.
Yeah. You had Taker versus Jake Roberts. This would have been man number 2 on the streak.
Yeah.
Bret Hart, Roddy Piper.
The 8-man tag, basically, we have a lot of people who need to get their payday, so let's chuck them in an 8-man tag.
Then obviously Ric Flair and Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Tatanka and Rick Martel.
Yeah.
The Natural Disasters versus Money Inc.
Yeah.
Money Inc. Underrated tag team.
Yeah.
Owen Hart versus Skinner.
Yeah.
And then obviously Hogan and Sid Justice.
See, one thing I say a lot about when I was watching, well, I thought to myself when I was watching it, didn't say out loud like a crazy person. The card was very weird. Like, he'd have certain matches, in like Owen Hart v Skinner, which was literally a throwaway match. But it was higher than Flair and Savage.
Well, it was the piss break match, wasn't it?
No, but it was weird because it was,
it
was very, very bizarre.
But it's basically to I think you've got to look at that card and sort of think, well, that's just WWE showcasing, saying, well, we can put our roster is so great and our matches are so amazing, we can drop something like this in the middle and it won't be a letdown either side.
No, I get that.
So I'm guessing that's where that comes from.
But there's one part of the show you're forgetting. A major part of the show.
Go on.
Luger getting interviewed.
Oh, yeah.
About the WBF. I bet OOC was marking out.
Yes. Mr. OC, if you're watching by any chance, if you're not getting ready and listening to the Taking the Hobbits to Isengard, leave a comment in the comment section below and let us know how hard you marked out watching WrestleMania 8.
Oh, yeah. Because they even mentioned Gary Stridon.
Wow.
They mention him.
Talk about dressed up for a night on the town.
And the minute
holy cow.
The minute they mentioned him, I went, wow.
There he is. Yeah. There's Gary Stridon.
Talk about a night out on the town.
Oh, Gary Stridon. Wow. That's brilliant. Vince McMahon has just got a major hard-on for giant, oily men.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Definitely.
But,
you got Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby Heenan on commentary.
The classic.
Perfect. The amount of just, will you stop? Will you be quiet? And all.
Will you be serious?
Will you be serious? All those. Yes. Yeah, for me, and it'll be disputed, but I mean, I'm predominantly a WWE guy. Yeah.
But the Mount Rushmore of commentators is definitely Gorilla, Bobby,
JR, Jerry the King Lawler,
and Corey Graves.
Oh yeah, of course. But we all know Corey Graves is taking cues from Bobby Heenan.
Oh yeah.
He's marking out to Rude.
He's the classic heel sort of commentator, and it's brilliant.
Yeah.
See, he's not even on the card, and we're talking about Corey Graves. Oh my days. Oh
well.
A lot of people left after this as well. Obviously we didn't see Jake Roberts again. Roddy Piper pretty much disappeared.
Yeah.
Who else did we have leave?
Legion of Doom disappeared.
No, Legion of Doom went on the bell. They got interviewed with Paul Ellering.
Yeah.
But they did run up to SummerSlam and then they left.
That was it, yeah.
I think this is one of Tito's last pay-per-views as well, from what I can remember. But yeah, it was a bloody good. It was a nice. If you'd never watched wrestling and you were like, then between the ages of 5 and 10, this was a really good introduction to the world of professional wrestling. Yeah, definitely.
My opinion when I was watching this was it's an easy sit.
Yeah,
it's one that you can watch quite easily.
You can watch it in one sitting.
It's not too strenuous to sit through because I mean, a lot of people are going to flame for this, but a lot of the older stuff is hard to sit through these days.
You try doing WrestleMania 2 in one sitting.
Exactly, it's really hard to sit through, whereas this was quite easy to sit through because you had a decent card of people. Anything with Flair on it's just gold.
Yeah, yeah.
It's gold.
I mean,
and obviously Roddy Piper, Bret Hart. That was probably the match of the night for me.
Well, for me, there's the three standout. Well, the two standout matches in the sort of Hogan really is Bret Hart, Roddy Piper. That promo.
Oh, when I'm making the sandwiches, your mother would come down, she'd put the jam on the sandwich. Roddy Piper at his best.
Oh, Roddy Piper, take a bow,
we
sir.
Miss
we
you.
miss you, sir. Yeah. He no live no more.
No.
He lived, and then he no longer lived.
No, but he was amazing.
Yeah, and then obviously Randy Savage and Ric Flair.
Yeah.
The storytelling in that, and Savage sort of selling the knee injury.
It's so perfect.
Savage's gold suit looking like a packet of Super King's fags or a crunchy.
Or looking like Skeletor from Master of the Universe.
Yes.
But yeah, that match for me was just, oh my god, it was so good. But it was one of those, Ric Flair had to blade.
Oh yeah, well he got
for no reason. Yeah, he got fined for it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Whereas Roddy Piper and Bret Hart, they did it quite coyly. Whereas Ric Flair, you could see it was like, oh, I've hit the barrier. Quick, lean over.
Yeah.
And but yeah, with Roddy and Bret, they sort of did it coyly. Then when they went to the back, they were kind of like, oh, I'm really sorry I hit you. I must have hit you too hard. And they got away with it, the little scoundrels.
Yeah, well, it was here, the no blood policy. Ric Flair was caught blading directly on camera. And fined several $1,000s. That's chump cheap. It just would have made it rain. Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
It is an interesting fact for you. Shane McMahon was one of the backstage officials that restrained Miss Elizabeth.
Oh, was he? Didn't have to watch that again. Yeah. So I saw the usuals like the Hebner.
And Wurzel.
Yeah, Wurzel
was out there.
Wurzel was there, yeah. So, do you want to talk about Flair and Savage? Because we got to talk about at least one or two of the matches in detail. Bobby Heenan on commentary makes this match.
Yes.
He really does, because he's just marking out to Flair so much. Doing his whole, it's not fair to Flair, and just constantly, he's like, oh, I can't wait for the screen to come on. And all that, it's amazing. And just,
that's the sign of
unprofessional.
That's a sign of an amateur right there, boys.
Yeah, here we go.
Hugh Selby, you're on the list, sunshine.
Oh, we come and do a recording. What does he do? Leave his phone on loud. I tell you, just working with unprofessionals. Anyway, so Flair Savage, yeah, amazing. Oh,
it never dragged at all.
No.
I mean, you get some of the. I mean, like if you remember the from the same year, the Savage Warrior match.
Yeah.
It might be because Warrior was in there and he wasn't the best of workers.
No.
But you look at that match. Even you look at Michaels and Bret Hart from Survivor Series that year. It at points it was a bit. I think because Michaels hadn't hit his peak yet.
No.
But this, it was fast paced when it needed to be. It was slow and grinding. It told a fantastic story. This is storytelling.
It made the pair of them look great.
Oh yeah,
because Flair was good at it anyway. He was good at making other people look good because he'd obviously roll into territories when he was doing it, doing the old days. Make their homegrown guy look great and then just beat them at the end. And obviously, once again here, he made Savage look great, but in turn, Savage made Flair look good.
Yeah.
So they worked really well together. But yeah, the crowd as well, they are so invested. And when Liz comes out, the pop she gets is amazing.
It's almost similar to a few years later when Sweet Zombie Linda stood up and kicked Vince in the spuds.
Vince, you're gonna smack down Vince.
Sweet Zombie
Linda. We miss you.
She never got in office though.
No,
she spent all that money trying to get her into politics. It just went tits up every time.
Well, she's working with Trump now, isn't she? Yeah. No, she's working with Trump, isn't she?
I don't like what Traz selling.
No, I don't like what Traz selling either. But like I said before, the marking out reminded me of Corey Graves. When Macho Man comes out, again, storytelling. You can see from the moment he walks out, he just wants to get his hands on Ric Flair.
Oh, and he goes ape shit.
He goes ape on him, yeah. And the music keeps playing. He's doing the pointing. Yes. It's amazing. But yeah, like you say, it was fast. It was a fast-paced match when it needed to be. It was really fun to watch. Like I said, annoying that it was in the middle of the card, but it did deserve to be higher. And once again, Ric Flair cutting his promo at the end of the match with his crimson mask.
Oh.
The iconic vision of Flair with red getting into his white hair. Oh, it's so good. I could not mark out to this match enough, and I'm wearing a Macho Man t-shirt. I've just realised I'm wearing this. Well, yeah, this match, top marks.
You've got to say the same about Bret and Piper.
Yes.
I mean, there was no sort of he's the heel and he's the face part of the match.
Yes.
But they both
were face.
Yeah, but then they both had elements of could he turn here? Could he turn?
Yeah.
You know, and they played it fine. I mean, and I think Hart deserved the win as well.
Yeah.
I think he definitely deserved the win for the fact he lost the IC title in a house show. He does that. Show. Yeah, he lost it to the Mountie. He wrestled. What did they say? He had a temperature of 108 or something stupid like that.
Yeah, something really ridiculous. That. Did you notice that Roddy was wearing a European Rampage Tour T-shirt? I thought that was cool.
A little bit of foreshadowing.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember watching that as well on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
On Sky, what was it? On Sky One or Sky Sports?
I think it was Sky One because it was like a special. One thing I'll always say about Bret matches, and it's something I look for in every single one of his matches, not the rope, the backbreaker. Because it's so
There's not a man alive that hits
beautiful.
that backbreaker like Bret the Hitman Hart.
I've got it here as a note.
No one does it anymore.
No one does.
No.
Someone bring it back.
Yes.
We'll bring it back.
Yeah, never mind. I mean, I'm not, no disrespect to your Will Ospreays and people like that who are and Ricochet. I mean, they're bloody very, very talented young lads, and Zack Sabre Jr. could tie your legs behind your head and shove your arms up your ass.
Yeah.
But there's not a man alive that can hit that backbreaker like Bret Hart.
It's so good.
It is.
It's like water flowing down a river. It's that smooth. It's like butter.
Yes. It was smooth like butter. I can't believe that's not butter.
Exactly. When Bret blades, when Bret blades, yeah, when he blades, cut that out. When Bret blades, it's so you can't tell when it happens.
No,
because it was.
I've sat and watched it, and it's pretty hard to.
It is hard to.
Where it
obviously, when you know where it is, you think he's got to be doing it around here somewhere, but it's just not obvious when it happens, kind of thing. But it's the ending of the match as well. When Piper has the bell.
Oh, he's going to hit him.
Yeah, and there's the conflict.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, the two matches that we've talked about, I just marked out so much because there was storytelling, psychology, just everything you want in a good wrestling match.
And to be honest, I don't even think we need to talk about the bits that were crap.
No.
Because everyone, it's kind of a universal feeling. The Undertaker Roberts match was average at best.
Yep.
Roberts hardly sold it because he was on his way out the door.
Yeah. El Master, Shawn Michaels. Shawn gets his character points over,
but you can see that he's
still in
he's fresh off the tag team thing because he doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
The big 8-man tag that featured your boy Virgil.
Yeah, it was a mess. Then obviously the Model versus the Tanker.
With the Lumbee Indians.
Yeah, and what was it?
Owen and Skinner.
No, I'm just Tatanka. Bobby Heenan was saying that they were like his family or something.
The Cleveland, call them the Cleveland Indians and the Lumpy Indians.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Money Inc. Natural Disasters. It was a good match, but I think the best part of it was the fact that obviously Money Inc. just kind of went, sod this, we're off.
Yeah, balls here, we're going.
Yeah, exactly. Owen Hart v Skinner was just a throwaway. Hogan v Sid. It was moments like this when I've been watching back a lot of Hogan's old matches. I kind of thought, there's not really a lot he did in the ring.
He didn't.
All
he was
his
hot dogging and selling.
Yeah, all he did throughout his entire match was just, oh no, I'm in a hold. Quick, get the audience to start chanting. Oh no, I'm down again. The whole match is him basically trying to crawl his way back and then Hulk out. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's his matches, and somehow he became really, really popular.
Yeah, that's basically
that's
how he made his name.
Yeah. So basically, it's an easy pay-per-view to get through.
Yeah.
Really, like I said, you could do it in one sitting really easily. Yeah, you could fast forward a couple of the matches. You could go past all the Skinner and all that stuff. Catan. But other than that, if you wanted to watch just one or two of the matches, watch Flair Savage and Piper Hart.
And the beauty
And
of
that's
it
all
is,
you need.
If you watch it on the network, you can just flick through the little buttons on on the time bar.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, WrestleMania 8, bloody good. Give it a watch, you buggers.